Some bodies grow far beyond what anyone can imagine. From legs that stretch taller than doorways to limbs that look stretched by fate itself, these people came into the world with features so massive and mind-blowing, they defy logic. Their lives are filled with stares, stupid questions, and hurdles most of us never think about, but they face them all with a kind of grit you can't fake. These are the 15 people with shockingly oversized body parts you won't believe exist. Number 15. Tammy. Tammy Hernandez from Florida is 49, and she isn't your typical grandmother. She lives boldly, unapologetically embracing a life many only dream of, and she has no patience for online critics who attack her choices. As a multi-business owner, from real estate to OnlyFans, Tammy surrounds herself with luxury and indulgence. She describes her look as a mix between Barbie and Dolly Parton, enhanced by 6 breast surgeries. Tammy receives constant attention, of course, both praise and criticism, and she says bluntly, "You either love me or hate me. There's no middle ground." She told people, "Negative reactions aren't about me, they're about them. I made these choices and that's my life. Going big helped me weed out fake people." The loss of her youngest son, Matthew, shaped her resilience and outlook, reinforcing her commitment to kindness and self-expression. With the support of her stepson, Daniel, and her ex-husband, Jim, who is now a close friend, Tammy continues growing her online presence and modeling career, proving that living life unapologetically can be both empowering and transformative. Number 14. Tanya Herbert. Tanya from Houston caught the world's attention when Guinness World Records confirmed she has the largest feet of any living woman on this holy earth. On April 15, 2022, her right foot measured 33.1 centimeters and her left 32.5. Add her huge height of 6 feet, 9, and she stands among the tallest women on the planet. Growing up, she was surrounded by height. Her mom is 6 feet, 5, and her dad is 6 feet, 4, so feeling insecure was never part of her story. Still, her gigantic feet made daily life a mess. Shoe shopping was practically a sport. Before her record made headlines, she usually bought men's shoes, then stretched, reshaped, and widened them just to make them wearable. Social media brought attention to her unusual situation, but also plenty of odd texts from people begging for foot photos, something she never wanted. Tanya uses her platform to push for more inclusive sizing in fashion, hoping manufacturers will finally create affordable, customizable footwear for people like her. She wants change, not cash or like. Number 13. Vienna. Vienna is famous for her dramatically enhanced lips, and she has no plans to stop. She said, "I have the biggest lips in the world, but I want even more. They're not done yet." To achieve her look, she's undergone numerous procedures, spending around $160,000, including $50,000 on her lips alone. She travels from Mallorca to Frankfurt every week just to maintain her signature fullness. "I want lips that are extreme, bold, hard to ignore," she says. While her look draws big attention, often critical, Vienna remains determined. People stare, film her, and even shout insults, yet she remains unfazed. "I get judged constantly," she explains, "but this is who I want to be. Every surgery is about becoming the person I see in my mind." Vienna's confidence stems from a deep commitment to self-expression and authenticity. Her journey proves that standing out and embracing your desired image takes courage and a good belief in yourself. Number 12. Norma Stitz. Annie Hawkins Turner, aka by her stage name as Norma Stitz, holds the Guinness World Record for having the largest and biggest natural breasts in the world. Born in Atlanta, Georgia in 1956, Annie started developing unusually big breasts at a very young age. By adulthood, she reached a bra size of 102XZZ. Her condition is called gigantomastia, and it is a very rare disorder that causes excessive breast tissue growth. Each breast weighs around 70 pounds, making basic activities like walking or climbing stairs extremely challenging. Despite repeated medical advice to undergo reduction surgery, Annie refused, saying her breasts are an essential part of who she is. Instead, she built a successful career in modeling and online entertainment under the name Norma Stitz, a cheeky twist on enormous tits. Guinness officially recognized her in 1999, and she has since become a symbol of confidence and body acceptance. Annie credits her breasts for financial freedom, allowing her to buy homes, raise her kids, and travel the world. Now, in her late 60s, she proudly says she'll showcase her girls even at 95. Number 11. Andriati Putra. Andriati lives with 30 kilograms of tumors, a result of neurofibromatosis that causes abnormal growths along nerve tissue. Based in Medan, he experiences constant pain, and walking or performing basic movements has become difficult. Over the past 2 years, the tumors have grown rapidly, adding pressure to both his body and daily life. Despite these obstacles, Andriati remains determined, supported by his family, though they currently lack the funds for the specialized treatment he urgently needs. Each day is a test of endurance and resilience, forcing him to navigate a world designed for average bodies. His courage is evident not only in enduring the physical burden, but in facing the social and emotional challenges that come with such a rare condition. Andriati's story is a powerful reminder of human determination and the extraordinary strength it takes to keep moving forward when every step is a struggle against both the body and the odds. Number 10. Karina Rodini. Karina was diagnosed with neurofibromatosis type 1 when she was only 2, and the condition has shaped nearly every part of her beautiful life. Now in her 20s, she lives in Curitiba, carrying creepy tumors that have spread across her legs and hips, adding almost 4 kilograms to her body. These tumors started as faint, dark patches, but by her teenage years, the growths accelerated and became aggressively invasive. Well, of course, she's undergone several costly surgeries, but the tumors always return, bigger, heavier, and more stubborn than before. Along the way, she's dealt with scoliosis, blindness in her left eye, and mobility that grows more limited each year. For her, working became just impossible, but staying silent never was. "I'm not going to hide," she says. "This disease doesn't decide my worth." Her mother, Fatima, has stood by her through every operation and every exhausting search for specialists. Karina now hopes for treatment abroad and raises funds online, all while living joyfully, doing makeup, playing with kids, and proving that massive tumors don't get to steal her life. So, be proud as you look or are. Number 9. Eric Kilburn Jr. This teenager from Goodrich has earned worldwide fame for the size of his hands and feet. At just 16, he holds 2 Guinness records: largest feet on a living teenager and largest hands on a living teenager. His feet measure 34.3 centimeters, or 13.5 inches, equivalent to a U.S. men's size 23 and UK size 22, while his hands measure 23.2 centimeters, or 9.13 inches, long. Eric realized early on that he was physically different, noticing in kindergarten that he was taller and bigger than his classmates. Everyday tasks, like buying shoes or gloves, became extremely difficult. By 5th grade, he couldn't shop for shoes in stores anymore. His mother, Rebecca, reached out to major brands like Puma and Under Armour, who stepped in with custom footwear. Despite the attention, Eric lives a typical teen life, gaming, playing basketball and football, and hanging out with friends, though his size often turns heads and sparks curiosity. Looking ahead, he hopes to use his platform to help others struggling with finding clothing or footwear in non-standard sizes, supporting his mother's nonprofit, the Big Shoe Network. Number 8. Lee Redmond. Lee was born in 1941 in Annabella and spent most of her life in the Salt Lake City area. She became famous for growing her fingernails continuously from around 1979 onwards. Over nearly 3 decades, her nails grew to an astonishing total length. By 2008, they spanned 28 feet 4 inches for both hands together. Her longest nail, her right thumb, reached about 90 centimeters. Surprisingly, Lee was still able to perform many daily tasks. She drove, vacuumed, did dishes, and even cut her grandchildren's hair, though her nails required special care. She applied over a bottle of nail hardener daily, soaked them in warm olive oil, and painted them gold for many public appearances. In February 2009, Lee was in a serious car accident in Utah, and her nails broke during the crash. Even though the nails were gone, she had held the record for longest fingernails on a pair of hands, female, for many years. Lee passed away on December 14, 2023, at age 82, leaving a legacy of incredible patience, dedication, and personal commitment. Number 7. Bianca Farrow. Bianca from New Jersey is on a mission to achieve the largest stretched earlobes in the world. Currently at 86 millimeters, she hopes to surpass the existing record of 105 millimeters. Her fascination with extreme body modification doesn't stop there. Bianca also has a stretched labrae, septum, and tattoos covering her face and body, all carefully curated to create an otherworldly appearance. "I want to look like a video game character," she told Truly. "I love being unconventional and pushing boundaries." For Bianca, body modification is more than aesthetics. It's a statement of individuality, creativity, and personal freedom. Each stretch, tattoo, and alteration is a deliberate choice, reflecting her vision and dedication. Though her appearance challenges conventional ideas of beauty, she embraces it fully, demonstrating confidence and fearlessness. Bianca's story highlights how extreme self-expression can be an art form, combining discipline, boldness, and imagination to turn a personal vision into reality. Number 6. Nick Stoberl. This guy is a Guinness World Record holder known for one truly rare feature, his tongue. Measuring 10.1 centimeters from tip to lip, Nick holds the official title for the longest tongue for a male. His fame began with this unique trait, but he turned it into something extraordinary. Nick uses his tongue to paint, dipping it in paint and creating original artwork. This unusual talent even landed him a spot on America's Got Talent, performing live in front of the judges. In 2023, he set another Guinness record, the fastest time to remove 5 Jenga blocks using only his tongue, completing it in 55.526 seconds. Off stage, Nick is down to earth and versatile. He studied at Monterey Peninsula College, explored music, and even worked in community banking. In his free time, he enjoys cooking pasta and steak, watching Star Wars, running, and spending time with friends and family. Through creativity, humor, and performance, Nick is now a star. Number 5. Pauline Potter. Pauline was once known as the heaviest living woman in the world. At her peak, she weighed 700 pounds, a life-threatening weight that limited her mobility, freedom, and constantly put her life at risk. In 2015, she appeared on TLC's My 600-Pound Life, where her struggle with food addiction, emotional trauma, and physical pain was exposed for all to see. Viewers saw Pauline, who could barely stand or walk, make the courageous decision to fight for her life. Her journey was far from easy, filled with setbacks, frustration, and moments of despair. But with bariatric surgery, strict medical guidance, and a complete lifestyle overhaul, Pauline shed over 500 pounds. Her transformation was not only physical, but deeply emotional. She confronted the root causes of her addiction, including long-standing low self-esteem and family trauma. While some criticized her behavior on the show as uncooperative or demanding, Pauline doesn't care about. Number 4. Didier Montalvo. This young boy from rural Colombia gained international attention due to a remarkable skin condition called congenital melanocytic nevi. At around 6, Didier had a massive shell-like growth covering much of his back and sides, so prominent locals nicknamed him Turtle Boy. The growth, spanning nearly 3/4 of his torso's circumference, resembled a turtle shell and caused social isolation and stigmatization. Born into a poor and superstitious community, Didier was misunderstood. Some believed he was cursed, conceived during a solar eclipse. Neighbors shunned him and his family, even barring him from school and rituals like baptism. Medically, the nevi were dangerous, with a risk of cancer. Without local access to treatment, his mother couldn't afford surgery. The turning point came when British plastic surgeon Dr. Neil Bolstrad flew to Bogotá to perform a multi-stage operation, removing the growth and replacing it with healthy skin grafts. According to Medindia, it was one of the most severe cases the surgeon had seen. After recovery, Didier could finally attend school and live a normal life. Number 3. Macy Curran. This American woman from Cedar Park has gained global attention for her extraordinarily long legs. She stands at 6 feet 10 inches. On February 21, 2020, Guinness World Records officially measured her leg lengths. Her left leg at 135.267 centimeters, which is about 53.255 inches, and her right at 134.3 centimeters, giving her the record for longest legs for a female. Growing up, Macy always knew she was taller than most peers. By second grade, her height stood out, and classmates often assumed she was older or in a different grade. Instead of shrinking herself, she embraced her uniqueness. Macy says being tall is probably the greatest gift, and she uses her social media platforms, including TikTok, to inspire other tall girls to own their height. But her height and leg length do bring challenges. Finding clothes and pants that fit properly is hard, often requiring custom-made jeans. Everyday spaces like car seats or furniture can feel restrictive. Dating can also be awkward when height differences are obvious. Number 2. Rudy Santos. This man from the Philippines lived one of the most unique lives ever recorded. Born in 1953, Rudy had a rare condition called parasitic twinning, a form of conjoined twinning where parts of an undeveloped twin remain attached to the body. In his case, this included 2 extra arms, an undeveloped leg, a shoulder blade, and parts of a head with hair, and an ear attached to his torso. As a child, Rudy faced rejection, poverty, and fear from people who didn't understand him. But instead of hiding, he embraced the spotlight, touring the country in the 1970s and 80s as a sideshow freak. Audiences were shocked and amazed, and he reportedly earned up to 20,000 pesos a night, a fortune at the time. Later, life became harder, and poverty set in. In 2008, Filipino doctors offered to surgically remove the parasitic twin, but Rudy refused, believing it was part of him. Rudy died in 2022, but his legacy endures as a man who faced the world on his own terms. Number 1. Katie Renfro. Katie Renfro's condition is so rare that doctors still can't give it a formal name. Before she was even born, specialists diagnosed her with megalencephaly, a disorder that causes extreme brain overgrowth, but it doesn't explain everything she lives with. Katie can't walk, talk, or chew food, so every meal must be blended. She began having seizures as a baby and underwent her first brain surgery at only 9 months old. Over the years, she's been through multiple procedures, including removing cysts, reducing her cheeks, and taking out her tonsils to help her breathe and swallow. Her face and brain keep growing due to what doctors believe is an overgrowth syndrome. One specialist, Dr. Roman Yusupov, called her 1 in a million. Despite the uncertainty surrounding her future, Katie isn't short on warmth or personality. She has 7 siblings, loves noise, reacts with big emotions, and finds joy in tiny moments. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you very soon.